Sunday night. So that means it's time for the Sunday night wonderful world of, not the house of the mouse, but the house of Gen X. Welcome to the Sunday night wonderful world of Generation X, where we get together every Sunday night live at around 8 p.m. Eastern time. Nailed it this week. And talk about all things Gen X. Talk about what it was like growing up in the 70s, in the 80s, what it was like being a young adult in the 90s and early 2000, raising kids, being parents, living and navigating the world today when we're all just former 80s kids trying to figure this stuff out. Doreen joining in over on YouTube today, I think, if I'm guessing this right. Facebook, got a few people jumping in. Say hello. Good to see you guys. Hope you all had an awesome weekend. It is going well. How are things in Tampa Bay? How are things in Georgia? I see Tamara's there on Facebook. I think my weekend was great. Went by really, really fast. Hey, Cleo.
Hey.
What's going on, kiddo?
I just want to say hi.
Munchkin in the house. You're on FaceTime with Eva. Say hey.
Hey.
Mini-Me's in the house. Everybody say hey, Cleo. So Cleo decided on her Halloween costume finally. Although you knew what you wanted, you just didn't order it. She's gonna be.
I still haven't ordered.
Katniss. Am I saying it right?
Just Katniss.
Katniss from Hunger Games.
Katniss.
Everybody says hello. Good evening, Cleo.
Good evening. Everybody.
Beautiful fall day. Still a little warm here. Noreen coming in from the 716. Good to see you up in Buffalo. Go Bills. Had an awesome time in Buffalo. Saw the video about the X-Lax. It was hilarious. Yeah, that one's new. I just popped that one out there. True story. Her older sister dropped something, and have you ever heard anybody say the expression "smooth move X-Lax"? No. What do you think it means if somebody said "smooth move X-Lax"?
I have no idea. It sounds like you're being sarcastic.
Sounds like I'm being sarcastic.
So it's not a smooth move.
So it's not a smooth move.
I have no idea what X-Lax.
You have no idea what X-Lax is?
Or
who? Okay. Yeah. Oh, my $2 coming in on YouTube from Ernestine starting us off. Sup, Jono? The Bills didn't lose. Yeah, we had a good week this week. We didn't lose. Didn't play, but didn't lose. I'll be at the game next week, however, here in Charlotte. If anyone's going to be there, let me know. I will be in attendance.
Wait, what do you mean we didn't lose?
We didn't play. Today's a bye week.
Oh.
Bye week is 1 week when the team doesn't play.
Yeah.
Travin, what's going on? Good to see you. Kevin, hello. Tavin, hello. James, Debbie, Joan, Amber. There's my Joycey in the house. Good to see you, sweetie. Keith, hello. Yeah, I did a video talking about things we said. I don't even know why we said them. What was the connection? Smooth move X-Lax. Maybe it was just a Western New York thing. My mom is watching over on Facebook. Hi, Mom. I love you. Say hi, yeah.
What did she say? Did she say bring them on camera?
No. She's watching. I can bring her on camera, but then it would only be on Facebook, and then it would be weird for the people watching on YouTube. My wife looks young. Yeah, that's because that's my 13-year-old daughter, but thanks. Thanks, Linda. Keep an eye on that. Tony, how are you doing? Laura, how are you doing? Yeah, the whole smooth move X-Lax. Was that a thing that any of y'all said? So the idea behind it was, think of what X-Lax did. Yeah, I guess it smoothed things out. You dropped it. Is it because we dropped it? Did we only say things? Did we only say that when people dropped it? I don't know. Nope, we said that here too. Smooth move X-Lax. Word. Nah, I said in Indiana too. In Pennsylvania too. Yeah, smooth move. No worries. That part of it I get. Hey, Beth, good to see you. The X-Lax edition, the free advertising for X-Lax threw me for a loop. But we inherited so many catchphrases. We would go around telling each other to kiss our grits. We had no problem asking friends where was the beef. It's pretty sneaky, sis. We borrowed lines from TV, from movies. I remember from Welcome Back, Kotter, I was constantly saying, nice job, Epstein, to people who weren't Epstein. McFly, hello, totally and completely. And it was just the way we talked.
Someone said where to get hat.
Where'd I get the hat? This one might have been from Buffalo. Might have picked this one up in Buffalo. Hey, from Alberta, Canada. Good to see you. Ours was Smooth Move Poindexter. Poindexter was another one. We said that one as well. You're killing me, Smalls. That one popped up in the 90s. I think it's funny. Cleo loves that movie, too.
Yeah.
She watched...
Everyone says that.
What's that? Yeah, and we got it from the movie The Sandlot. Yeah. The Sandlot's a 90s movie, but it's funny because a lot of us kind of remember it from the 80s. It's a 90s movie that throws back to the 60s. But even so, in doing so, it feels like an 80s movie. Oh, The Sandlot's one of my favorites, Eli. Absolutely up there. I'll buy that for $1. That's another one. Good one, Keith. Keep them coming. Goofball. Yeah, it took place in the 60s. But it was like Wonder Years. Wonder Years took place in the 60s and then early 70s when Kevin was a teenager, but it could have been my life growing up in the mid to late 70s. It stayed very much the same. Hey, you guys, love the content. Hate that you're a Bills fan, dude. It's not doing me any favors. So it's its own punishment, I promise you. Bill Dugan with Time to Make the Donuts, dude. Absolutely. That's one that got shot out at us. That's when my mom would yell at us, getting us ready in the morning. Kevin says I was a teenager in the 90s. I turned 20 in 1990. So for me, it's an even step. Being born at exactly the turn of a decade, 1970, the 70s were my childhood. I hit double digits in the 80s, and that was my teen years. And then my 20s were all in the 90s. I always said, it's over, Yoder. I never said that one. Steel Nation there. Hey, Randy. Did I do that? That's coming into the 90s. Never tell me the odds. I love it when a plan comes together. Great Scott. 80s action movies and sci-fi movies were amazing. And we copied what we said. How many people could watch Aliens and not take a knife and do that thing where we went between our fingers? Or if it was in school, we did it with like a pencil or a pen, right? And just did a pencil or a pen really fast between our fingers and jammed ourselves for sure. Gag me with a spoon. She's his mini-me. Hey, gang. Hey, Susie. I know you are, but what am I? I think is what you were shooting for, Jody. That one for me will always be Bow Tie Boy. Pee Wee Herman.
I gotta go. I forgot I'm still in the phone.
All right, Pumpkin. I love you.
Love you too. Bye, guys.
You don't have any homework, do you?
No.
Okay. Hey, Nirvana was the downfall of great music. John, I disagree. But I'm pretty across the board on music. It takes music we grew up with. I can find something I like from a lot of different bands. What's up?
I have Spirit Week this week. Can you tell me later?
Yeah, I'll look it up for you. Or Mommy can. Mommy got the email, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. LA says bye and hi and bye, Cleo. Night, Cleo. Bye, Cleo.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Tammy. Good to see you. Up your nose with a rubber hose. Well, we did a live yesterday on Instagram. I'm not sure if any of you were on. And I actually kept score and played a little game. And we can do it now, too, if I can find some paper. But it's probably too many of us across these. But what amazed me, and I'm working on a video for it, was our pop culture in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s was so incredible that even the stuff that you generally wouldn't like, things that are inherently bad. You know, I think we can agree that commercials are a bad thing. When the commercial comes on, today you find a way to skip it. You stream so as to not have commercials. We fast forward them if it's something we'd recorded. Commercials are just inherently bad things. We use them as a time to get up and make some Jiffy Pop, to get a Coke, to go to the bathroom. And pray we didn't, on our feet lose our seat, have our seat taken by a sibling. But when we were growing up, there must have been something decent about the commercials because we remember so many slogans. They did their job. I like the Goodnight John Boy. If I say to you guys, the quicker picker-upper, what product am I talking about? Smoke break. Yep, that was that too, Kevin. Appreciate you, Daryl. Thank you. What was the quicker picker-upper? Okay, Eli already got it. Okay, coming with Bounty. You guys are coming up. Paper towels, Bounty paper towels, Bounty. Ironically, actually, the first slogan was simply the quick picker-upper. But then it was new and improved Bounty that went with a quicker picker-upper. All right, what if I said that it softens hands while you do the dishes? Does anybody have, hey, what's going on, Mike Stryker, the Hyde Park Ninjas? If I said to you guys that it softens hands while you do the dishes, somebody came in Dove. That's not quite right. Palmolive. Yeah, Palmolive. It had Madge the manicurist, and women would soak their hands in that green gook in the detergent, in the dish soap. And it softens hands because she would mock women that came in for their dishwasher hands. Somebody's throwing some out there. What else did somebody say? You guys are throwing me some. And it's going by too fast. How about what? Excuse me. Oh, here you go. How do you spell relief? That's the one I saw. What product asked us, how do you spell relief? There it is. JTR nailed it. Everybody's getting it now. Rolaids. Rolaids is how you spell relief. What product went plop, plop, fizz, fizz? Oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Oh, Victor coming in with the ancient Chinese secret. Alka-Seltzer. Dude, how do we remember these? Two great tastes that taste great together. Melts in your mouth and not in your hands. Good to the last drop. The best part of waking up. My baloney has a first name. We know so many of these, and I would say that commercials are, like I said, the worst of it. But we watch them. They did their job while we were sitting there. We watch and we memorize them. I can remember commercials through the 70s. Reach out and touch someone. How would you like a punch? Hawaiian punch. All of that stuff. Calgon, take me away. Now you guys are taking over, and I'm seeing it all into the comments. But it's absolutely a fact that even in the 80s and the 90s, ad agencies knew their job, and they made it fun for us. So that now it's nostalgia. If I see wise old owl going, a 1, 2, 3, and biting into a Tootsie Roll Pop, it makes me feel nostalgic. Tony the Tiger, they're great. Makes me feel nostalgic. If I see, what was his name? I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Oh, Travin, dude, $2 plus cover for some of his Gen X siblings. So the joke, the running joke, let me see. YouTube's has a budget today. The goal on YouTube today is $102.77. We mention it every time because it helps push it out to the algorithm, but we get there $2 at a time. It's the Better Off Dead attempt. So if you guys feel like supporting the page over on the YouTube side, one way to do it, generally speaking, we're not looking for the home run all at once or in any big pieces, but if you feel like supporting the page on YouTube, $2 at a time will get us there. Travin just pitched in for himself and 9 others. If I'm doing the math right. There we go. Thank you so much, Stacy. He likes it. Hey, Mikey. Gift memberships coming off of Eli. If you guys see your memberships on the YouTube side, the memberships, I'm going to start early release Haywirehead on videos that are going to go to members first and then out. That's a new feature YouTube wants us to try. Everybody will be able to see every video, but it's going to go out early release to members. So that's a new perk. Yeah, I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Tang, even astronauts drink it. I forgot that one. Toucan Sam, just follow your nose. It always knows. Dude, I take a licking and keep on ticking was Timex. Give me a do. Thank you, Wirehead. Thank you, Marie. Appreciate you guys just like that. Thanks to Travin's jump start. We're at 2762 and counting. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I don't think it's just me. When I do commercial, I'll do little conglomerates. I'll do little compositions. I'll do little where I put all these commercials together, and they do well. And crisp and clean with no caffeine. 7-Up, Beyond Cola, Silly Rabbit, Tricks Are for Kids. Tina, thank you so much for the 99 stars. Appreciate you. Class of 88 here as well, Betty. You know, and then we take it, and it's the same memory of commercial slogans. We're pre-wired to remember movie lines. We're pre-wired to remember slogans, to remember catchphrases. Like I said before, kiss my grits, or I love it when a plan comes together. I pity the fool. All that stuff. Lauren, thank you so much. Dude, again, we can get there 2 at a time, but thank you so much. Those who can and do, I appreciate you guys. I always say it. This is what helps me get out to different locations where I hope to meet you guys in person. The next one is just a couple weeks away. I mentioned it. If anyone's on the New England side of things, I will be in Make My Day. Good one, High Park. Thank you, Chad, for the 99 stars. Yeah, I'll be in New England. I'll be in Rhode Island, November 7th through 9th. I'll be there as part of the Blockbuster Video Experience. So I'll be in the makeshift Blockbuster Video store on the convention floor, where you'll be able to come in. You can take a selfie. We can talk. Maybe even make a video or two. You can buy movies there. You can wear the Blockbuster vest. You can really just be totally and completely immersed in 1989, 1991 Blockbuster Video. What part of Rhode Island? It's in Providence. And it will be November 7th through the 9th. I'll be there all 3 days. And it's an amazing convention. There are some super, super cool celebrities that are going to be there. I didn't think that. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you. I'll go through the list. Celebrity guests. First of all, my buddy Brian O'Halloran's going to be there from Mallrats, and there's going to be a lot of the crew. If you guys are like me, are Kevin Smith fans, there's going to be a lot of the actors from the movie Mallrats there. Bill Allen is going to be there from the movie Rad. Did I see the Blockbuster Video board game? I haven't, but I'll check that out. Beverly D'Angelo is going to be there from Vacation. A lot of the people from Starship Troopers, Casper Van Dien and so on, will be there. Chris Jericho will be there. Chevy Chase, also from Vacation, will be there. Corbin Burnson from LA Law will be there. Denise Richard from Starship Troopers. Dennis Rodman. Dina Meyer from Starship Troopers. Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to be there. Gina Davis. Hank Azaria, who does like a million Simpsons voices. In terms of Mallrats, Jamie Presley from My Name is Earl. But in terms of Mallrats, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes is going to be there. Jeremy London will be there. For me, this is perfect. I love Brian O'Halloran's going to be there. He appeared in Mallrats and Clerks. I heard Chevy Chase isn't nice to his fans. I don't know. This will be my first time meeting him. It is in Providence. How about Georgia? Probably next year. There's, Dragon Con in Atlanta? Might be there. Oh, Linda, we'll get you there at one of these. There's so many of these. I'm definitely going to be at this one. I'm definitely going to be in Arkansas in March. I think it is. I'm waiting for the announcement to come out announcing my presence there. But I will be in Arkansas, I think in March for Big River Con. So it's a fan con. That should be fun. Knowing is half the battle. I love it. PA next year, Deb, I'm hoping to get to Steel City Con. No plans for Virginia yet, but what I tell people is if you see something that would be a good fit, I ask you to do two things. The name of the convention is just that, Rhode Island Comic Con. You can look it up, Deb. Ask you to do two things. Email them and email me. Let them know you'd like them to bring me in and let me know that I should go. And, a lot of times I'll just go anyway. I don't mind that. I'll get a plane ticket. I'll get a hotel and I'll head up that way. But it is easier, obviously, like this time with Rhode Island. I'm a guest of Blockbuster Video. So they're flying me up in exchange for promotion and hanging out with them and having a good time and all that cool stuff. How about Syracuse area? Robin, I was in Buffalo 2 weeks ago. We hit I like it, Bueller. We hit Nickel City Con and probably be back for that. I don't know about Syracuse, but Buffalo's only a couple hours away. I loved Chevy in the You Can Call Me Al video. That was awesome. The Gen X takeover is coming to Charlotte. Yeah, I think they're coming in March. I probably think, my luck, that's the weekend I'm probably going to be in Arkansas. Gina went to Bend, Oregon. Yeah, I saw that. Totally cool. Definitely on my bucket list. Am I going back to MegaCon? I'm planning on it. It would be good to see you again, Jamal. Jamal over on the YouTube side. Every time I'm in Orlando, my dude finds a way to see me. Appreciate you, buddy. 3 View Mirror, Kevin, was supposed to come back tomorrow, but we were going to film. and one of us has an outstanding commitment, and they didn't tell us until last minute. I'm not going to throw her under the bus and say who it is, but somebody said that she can't make it for filming tomorrow, so we're going to try for Friday. I'd love to meet Ben Stein. I loved his game show. I loved him in Ferris Bueller too. Pork chops and applesauce. How about thermal nuclear warfare? How about a game of global thermal nuclear warfare? Hey, Mary Jo from Kentucky, I see you there. There's only one her. Hey, well, that's not on me. If you're smart enough to figure out who screwed up us coming back tomorrow, then that's not my fault. Hope the filming goes well for Chris. Agreed, JTR. Hi, Barbara Brantley. Good to see you. Jody. Hello, Faye. Is the shirt coming off tonight? I don't know, but I can tell you what, man. The ring light is especially hot today. I'm schwitzing. I'm sweating like a pig here. Do pigs sweat? So if ever there was a chance that could happen, today is the day. More importantly, are you going back to Buffalo? Dude, if we don't win this, so anyway, here's the deal. Next, put it on your calendars now. If you're anywhere on the East Coast, my buddy Mike and I, 2 years running now, have made the trip up to Buffalo, and now I think we've zoned in on October. So the probably the first or second week in October, we'll narrow it down, but I think it's probably the second week in October, second game in October. First week in October. Let's say first week in October. We'll plan on it, man. Be in Buffalo. Join us on this amazing pub crawl. We had such a blast. Whether you go to the game or not, it's irrelevant. I'm glistening is right. Come back to Wolcott. So Sue Darling and I grew up together. And Sue, if next time I go to Buffalo, I'll make sure to swing by Wolcott first. And we'll do a hometown reunion. I grew up in a town this big. Shouldn't make this gesture online. People might not be listening and just watching. God knows what I could have just admitted to. But yeah, I grew up in a tiny, tiny small town on Lake Ontario, Apple Country. I love the ring light. It gives your eyes a halo. I love you, Linda. Thank you, honey. Yeah, it's funny. People will see me in person and they'll just like stare at me. And I'm like, what's going on? You know, do I have a booger hanging out or something? Like, no, I just always thought maybe that was a filter. And they're like shocked that my eyes are actually blue. The light helps, but yeah, no, it's not a filter. Good night, Roger Dodger. You're sweating as much as with the death sauce. Dude, I'm telling you, it's this ring light in my face. Just turn the air conditioning up. Pigs don't sweat, by the way. You know, as soon as I said it, I thought that was the case, but it is what it is. Little town where everyone knew everyone, Randy. And that's what I think is a great analogy for Generation X. We are this 65 million people spread out all over God's creation, right? And yet we get us virtually in a room, or more to the point, literally in a room. I met people on the park crawl in Buffalo that I've never met before, never seen before. Where did I get the hat that the kid drew the symbol? Kevin, that is actually part of the Josh Allen Foundation. That one is for charity. And it really is drawn by a 12-year-old cancer warrior. And Josh Allen took that drawing, and there's going to be more coming out, but they're hats that are charitable works. It was literally designed by a 12-year-old battling cancer, and the part of the proceeds go to charity. So I try to wear it as much as I can because I just love that story. You can get them online. It's basically called a potato. It's like the Buffalo Bill potato because it looks like a potato. Any new retro toys? No, but I'm talking with Toy Federation, which is here in South Carolina. They're putting together a retro Toy Con in November, the week before Thanksgiving. And I will be heading there. And they put on this amazing show all about retro toys. And they bring in panelists. I think the voice actors from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to be there. There may be voice actors there from Thundercats. But the star of the show are the toys. and I'm definitely driving down. I will be there. I think it's Greenville, South Carolina, or close to that. And I will be joining in with that. So watch for that. That's also in November. And it is the Retro Toy Con. And I mean, dude, we talk about pop culture. Beyond that, our toys. We have such a connection to our toys that I don't know that kids today. I don't have the same connection with the video game Pitfall Harry, although I loved it, with the video games Defender or Combat that I do with my G.I. Joes, with my Star Wars action figures, with my Big Track, with my Big Wheel, with my Rubik's Cube. Our toys, actual toys, Lee Majors, Bionic Man, Bionic Woman, Rock Soccer Boppers, which used to be called Soccer Boppers. They got sued by Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Our toys are just a huge part. X-Wing Fighter, my Millennium Falcon. Dude, where in South Carolina? Let me pull it up. It's Greenville, South Carolina. Toy Federation is presenting. It's November 21st through the 23rd in Greenville, South Carolina. Let's see, guests. Brian Tachi. So it's going to be the voices of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's 3 of them. It is Thundercats. We've got them as well. Also the voices from Silverhawks, if you remember Silverhawks. So Gem, for those girls out there, or maybe guys that were fans of Gem and Transformers. So a lot of those basically 30-minute toy commercials that we watched. Filmation, Hanna-Barbera, Super Friends. Tom Cook was an animator for that. He's going to be there as well. So look for me there if you feel like heading out to Greenville. It's November 21st through the 23rd. Make it an early Thanksgiving gift for yourself if you're going to be nearby. I will probably be there all 3 days, and I'm looking forward to it. Again, toys are just huge for me. Am I on parole? No, just snuck out on my own, but thank you. Mother of Dragons, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Gen X. I'm dating someone who is also Gen X. Well, that's cool. Late birthday gift for yourself. Okay. Was that a real license plate? No, they're just people sent to me. I've got one here. It says Gen X Jono, South Carolina vanity plate. And I think somebody sent me another one too, but it's probably on the wall somewhere. Oh, right here. This one's cool too. I am so beyond blessed with you guys. Not only do you support the page, the amount of stuff that I get sent from time to time, the messages. If you guys ever message me, 90% of them I try to get to, at least read them. I don't have time to respond to everything. It's hard. I'm vastly outnumbered, but I appreciate the messages. Everything. You guys have helped me build an amazing community of boomers and Xers and millennials. Big Dave K says, John, you need to film the Peachhold Water Tower and show everyone what that's about. Maybe I'm not reading that right. I don't get that one. Peachhold? My eyes are old. That's what's old. What? We're supposed to read? Greetings from the Bronx. Hey, Jamie, good to see you coming in from the Bronx. I lived in Yonkers for a minute, Bronxville, after college, and loved it. Great area. Loved living downstate. But the alternate parking began to be too much, and I couldn't afford the tickets and the rent, so I moved back upstate. I dated a boomer once. Yeah, I never dated a boomer. I think I've solidly dated Gen X. But then I've been married 25 years now. We have, like, the community, though. It's amazing. If you look across all my platforms, for sure, the middle, the median, the average, the mean is going to be 45 to 55, right? It's where I sit. and it's what I attract. But like right behind that is the 35 to 45 and the 55 to 65 in equal parts. It is that bell curve. And YouTube skews even younger. I love that Gen Z watches some of the videos. I've been out at Comic Cons and taking pictures with kids young enough to be my kids. And I love that. 45 here. I love that. I love that it still resonates because there are some people that say, I was raised by my grandparents, or I'm the youngest of 7, and all my older brothers and sisters were Gen X, or I spent a lot of time with my older cousins and they were Gen X. Or just, I mean, think about it. All of our neighborhoods, we had a hierarchy in our neighborhoods that we'd go out to play, and everyone was allowed to join. Some things us older kids, by the time we got to the woods or the field or the lake and there was fire and drinking involved, yeah, then you had to be at least 15 to hang with us, 12. But as far as like pickup games and stuff in the neighborhood, the kids were allowed to hang with us too. 25 years. I'm hitting 33 years next month. You don't look a day over 34, Doreen. Oh, wait. No, you're saying you were married that long. I thought you were saying you are 33. I'm from 1961. Randy says my uncle is Gen X. It's just, it's the idea that people, so we're starting to get some flack. First of all, we were ignored for the first 40 years of our existence. So ignored that they didn't even come up with a proper name for us. Let's see. Deb Gen X says, okay, we need a developer to stop buying old malls and revive them into private clubs like country clubs. Dude, I'm on board. Sounds like a great idea to me. Old malls, I'd even volunteer to work my way through retirement. So turn a mall into a retirement home, I got the arcade. I'll work till I drop dead. Just give me one of those little quarter belts and I'll handle the arcade, and that's how I'll pay my way. But it's the thought that we always let the kids play with us. So if I was 15 and playing, the 8-year-old across the street was allowed to hang. Now, there was a hierarchy, right? The big kids would tell the little kids exactly what they could and couldn't do, and the little kids listened because that's the way it was. But the neighborhoods were multi-generational places to play. And I'm seeing that a little bit in my neighborhood now, which I think is cool. My 13-year-old daughter, Cleo, will play with our neighbors' kids, and the youngest ones are like 6 and 9. And she'll still play with them, but not the same way necessarily as the kids her own age. 25 years of marriage. My wife's Gen X nerd and gamer. I hit the trifecta. Sounds good, Jimmy Taylor. Deb says I work in the food court. I don't trust myself in the food court. I got to stay away from all that stuff. I found one of those quarter belts as a kid. Dude, that'd be so cool. I always thought that was like the coolest job. I always thought like the arcade worker kid must have gotten all the dates. Like all the girls must have been crazy for him, which looking back, I'm sure that wasn't the case, but I still thought it was a cool job. There were such cool jobs when we were growing up. The kids that got to work at the skating rink, right? That were really good skaters, and they'd go around making sure everybody was okay. They were totally cool. The kids that worked at the record store, that was a cool job. The kids that worked at the video store, that was a cool job. I was bartending at 16, so I had it pretty cool. Hey, Joanne, good to see you. Deb says I'm an executive chef. Nice. Record store for Scott. Cleo feels like a big sister. It's because she's a little sister. And it took us a long time to have our second. It was difficult for us. So there's 8 years between her and her older sister. And I think that's why she's such a good influence to younger kids, because of the big span between her and her older sister. The kid at the roller rink who could speed skate backwards. Yeah, he was totally cool. And all the younger girls that we were trying to get to notice us were just staring at him and his magnificently permed mullet. All right, YouTube at 5462 towards goal. Just want to thank you guys for that. Still got about 20 minutes left. Facebook looks like we had a couple new followers. Dude, on Facebook side of things, If you want a little bit different experience, you can go to the front page. You can hit subscribe on Facebook. Now, I warn you, it's expensive. It'll run you 99 cents a month, a whopping $12 a year. But for that, it's also the cheapest I'm allowed to set it. That $12 a year gets you access to our private Facebook page where you can come in, you can post, you can get to know the community there. Gives you icons that you can use, but that private page is pretty cool. And Deb and Stacy and a lot of our regulars will post in there and keep it really entertaining for us. The other thing you can do on Facebook is request on storefront. Again, as cheap as I can make it, but if you know someone who's a Gen Xer that may or may not like my content, and they have an anniversary coming up or they have a birthday coming up, my favorite thing to do on there are birthday announcements, but I've started doing them as roasts. Give me a little bit of information about the person you want roasted, and I will Gen X style roast the shit out of them for their birthday. It's been going really, really well. It's been a lot of fun, and that's on there as well. Just another way to support the page. Did I decide on a Halloween costume yet? Nope, and I'm running out of time. Marie Clayton, happy early birthday. Yes, you're a regular, Travin. I know your real name. That's got to count for something. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do for Halloween this year. I think the stress of realizing there's not that many dressable Halloweens left. Like, it just hit me. I'm 55. Maybe I'll dress for the next 10. You know, am I still going to be dressing up in costume at 66? I don't know. So I don't want to waste a year. I just have to sit down and kind of go through a lot of stuff until something just hits me right. Can I do a general roast for December 25th, kids? Dude, hit me up. Go over on Facebook. There's a link. Tell me who, what, where, and how, and I'd be happy to do it. I'm roasting a really good childhood friend of mine, and I'm having a blast because the more I know about the person, the easier it is to hit them where it hurts. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? Good to see you. Dude, I'm going to the Bills game next Sunday. You should come up to Charlotte. It's actually the Panthers game featuring the Buffalo Bills. But we're going to be doing that one as well. I should be a vampire? Why do you say that, Linda? I look like I want to suck your blood. We will still need you. We will need you when you're 64. Will we still need you? I love that song. Good call. Have I got my yard decorated yet? Jennifer, you must have been speaking with my wife. The answer is no. Tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. That's good to know, Robin. All right, that gives me some confidence that I'll continue to do it. You're right. I probably will dress with my grandkids. You're 1,000% correct there. Oh, do a vampire for a costume. I could, but I gotta say, if I did, I'd have to be one of the Lost Boys, and I don't know if I could make it. If I could sell it. Cindy, absolutely. The event in South Carolina is in Greenville, South Carolina. It's Retro Toy Convention, sponsored by Toy Federation, November 21st through the 23rd. Go as Zorba the Greek. Yeah, what I was saying is I wanted to have that nostalgic feel to it, though. I definitely want to do, maybe like a Marty McFly. I just got to go thrifting and see what I can find. I don't want to just go on Amazon and have it delivered, although if it takes me this long, that may be the way it ends up just because of time constraints. Nothing wrong with just ordering it on Amazon. I did a video on that too. Generationally, dude, we got shafted for Halloweens. Now, I'll preface it by saying I loved my Halloweens as a kid. We had great Halloweens, but our costumes sucked. Now, we didn't know they sucked. I remember going to Streeters, which was like our Five and Dime, and seeing the wall of boxes and picking a Halloween costume. But they literally had to put the name. Like if you went as Laverne from Laverne and Shirley, it said Laverne on it. Elf said Elf on it. The Fonz said the Fonz on it. Why? They didn't have their names on, well, Laverne had an L, but they didn't have their names on their clothes, but we had to because, oh, dude, enjoy that, man. Go Bills. B-52 concert in Devo. Have fun, man. Be safe. They put the names on it because our costumes sucked so badly. Not only were they based, highly flammable plastic, not only were we somehow at the same time freezing and sweating in these things, not only could they catch fire and melt your skin at any moment, but the mask narrowed our field of vision, sent us out blind, cut into our tongues into ribbons. It was horrible. The costumes sucked. But again, we didn't know it. So I do look back on it nostalgically. But the boomers had great costumes. Homemade, parents sewing. It was amazing. And today, kids could be anything. Travin, thank you, man. Grow your beard out and be a werewolf. Oh, I could do that. I could go Teen Wolf. Like what Teen Wolf would look like 38 years later. I did the math wrong. 18, 28, 38, 48, 33 years later. My head hurts. You know what I mean. That's not a bad idea. I don't know if I have time for the beard thing, though. That's going to be tight. But yeah, so the boomers had real, homemade, amazing costumes. Look back at old pictures from the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. The costumes were incredible. Today, go on Amazon. Think of the most obscure thing you could imagine, and there's a costume on Amazon. And if there's not, Etsy's got you covered. Etsy will have someone make it for you. It's like a cosplay. We got screwed. Plastic face costumes. Use a box, make an old TV, and be max headroom. Doesn't sound comfortable, though. I once had a trash bag as a costume. Dude, go back and look at my Facebook page. I have a picture, a video maybe. I think it's a video. I did a video explaining that my mother forgot it was Halloween, worked her ass off, came home tired, found a pair of vampire teeth in a junk drawer, threw what in the picture looks like a white sheet at me, but I'm remembering there were tiny little white and yellow floral print across the sheet. I went as a floral sheet caped vampire. It was embarrassing, and yet I still was dumb enough to pose for the picture. Country mouse in an elementary school. As you get older, instead of marketing fly, go as Doc. You know, Doc was younger than me. Doc was significantly younger than me when they filmed that. I went as a serial killer, a knife through a cereal box. That's kind of funny. Reveal that costume would be hilarious. We'll see. I'll come up with something. It'll be good. Everything's last minute for me, but I will get there. Zombies are good. I mean, listen, we all did the zombies. Mom didn't have time for you, so she put like white makeup on your face and red on your cheeks and a nose, and you were a clown. Or we dirtied our faces and went as a hobo. Or if you were a guy, Mom's like, oh, come on, I'll make you a gypsy. It'll be hilarious. We didn't always have the one-piece death costumes that came in a box, but the other part of that, there were two. One was let me just find what I have at home and throw it together in 3 minutes and send you out the door with a pillowcase. The second was those that did have moms that stayed at home that were seamstresses. And I remember some amazing costumes, but we all hated that kid. My nephew asked about... I told him to send $1 in a self-addressed stamped envelope to Gen X PO Box. That's hilarious. Dude, did you ever do that? I sent money. You're funny, Linda. I sent money for x-ray glasses out of the back of a comic book. I never got the glasses, and it wouldn't have been much if I did. I heard they were trash. Twice I sent out for and fell for the Sea Monkeys scam. Yep, that's exactly right, Robin. The hobo last-minute costume. We may have been screwed, but it would still love the 80s better than today. Oh, yeah, like I said, even when we were screwed, like some younger people are like, you complain about your childhood a lot. I go, dude, adults are talking. When we talk amongst ourselves, to the rest of the world, our sarcasm may come across as if we didn't love our childhood. It couldn't be further from the truth for a lot of us. But we have this self-deprecating humor. We love to make fun of ourselves. We love to make fun of the way we grew up. We love to laugh at the trauma. We love to exaggerate, hyperbole a little bit. The walking uphill, in the snow both ways to school. The difference is we know when we're doing it that we're making fun of it. So there's that. Nowadays, the hobo costume isn't PC. Yeah, I guess you're not even allowed to say homeless people anymore. I don't know what the hell it is. I really don't care. They're home. They don't have a home. The last thing they're worried about is what you're calling them. I promise you. If someone is trying to performatively show how much they care by calling the homeless by a more politically correct term, and that's all they're doing to help the homeless, well, then the homeless don't care. That's not what they need. So, then. Unhoused. Yeah, whatever. I'm unhinged. Not going to bother. Yeah, I posted a little thing. I think people thought I meant necessarily about my own childhood. I posted a thing that said just because things had to change doesn't mean we wish we could go back and change the things we had, right? So things had to change. There are some things that even as a dad of daughters, I don't want my daughters to go through what some of you girls went through. Boys lifting up your skirts at school, being chased around the desk at work or at school. I mean, things had to change. But what my kids don't necessarily understand is if we talk to you Gen X women, you survived it and you gave as good as you got. And although you're glad for your daughters, your nieces, your granddaughters, you fought for the world to change so they don't have to live in it. It had to happen for you to be the person to change it, if that makes any sense at all. I'm not saying you wouldn't necessarily want to go back and change that behavior on the part of guys who did that to you, but it was what it was, and we look back on it differently. We look at Porky's movies, we look at Zapped, we look at Revenge of the Nerds and the behavior in those movies. Not appropriate, should have changed, needed to change. We helped change it. But that doesn't mean we want to forget that it was ever like that, and it doesn't mean we're going to not make fun of the fact that it was like that. We can. I think it's like when they say Latinx and Latinos are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Saying dumb shit. Yeah, probably about something like that. They remade Zapped with a girl. Yeah, I started making a video. Disney Channel remade Zapped with Zendaya. And all you need to hear is the first part of that sentence. Disney Channel remade the movie Zapped. They didn't remake the movie Zapped. They used the name. And yes, the premise. She had a cell phone that could now control people. If you've never seen Zapped, look it up. It was Chachi, Scott Baio, and Eight is Enough boy. Not Nicholas, the older boy, curly hair. Basically, the two boys from my God, my brain is Charles in Charge. And it's Willie Ames. Thank you. Willie Ames and Scott Baio. Scott Baio has an accident in the lab, which gives him powers that are telekinetic in nature, and he uses it to lift up girls' skirts, to pop open their bras, to do it. Again, it's not appropriate. I get it, but that's what it was. It was funny. It was a movie. My daughter's like, how can they make movies like that? I go, they can, because we also make horror films. That doesn't mean we justify a hockey-wearing killer slashing into camp counselors. We're not saying it's a good thing. It's a movie. And it kind of sort of did happen. But anyway, do I believe in humor? I think it exists, if that's what you mean. Yes, I believe in humor. The older daughter from the movie Halloween Town. 8 is Enough. Yep, it was 8. He played Tommy on 8 is Enough. Willie Ames. He also played the dumb friend in Charles in Charge, so they worked together before that or after that, one of the two. I would be amazing as... Dang it, I lost it. It goes so fast. Oh, Bela Lugosi. All right, guys, coming up on our hour, and I am just... Who had a Merlin? Dude, I had a Merlin. I look online for them. I'd like to get another one. I can see why you're restoring one. Yeah, you also played Bible Man. It's hard to find a working Merlin. You think you found one on Amazon, and then you read the fine print, and it's not working. Put it up. Let me know what you put it up for. Imagine a show like Bosom Buddies on the air now. Dude, not even just Bosom Buddies. Some of my favorite movies it can't be made. And I'm not just talking Airplane or Blazing Saddles. I get that. I'm not just talking Revenge of the Nerds or National Lampoon movies. I'm talking movies like Big. Big couldn't be remade today. He had a sleepover with a grown woman, and that was a what 13-year-old in a 30-year-old's body, and nobody saw that as problematic at the time. Uh, and I didn't see it as problematic at the time. It's a movie. I don't see it as problematic now. I just watched Mallrats earlier today because of the convention that I'm going to in November. I wanted to rewatch Mallrats. There's a character of a 15-year-old girl who's doing a research project. It's part of the movie plot. And her research project is to have physical relationships with men aged 15 to 30 and rank and rate them in some way. And a fictitious college, is paying her to write a book on it. She's 15 in the movie. 15. Insane. But, it's a movie. All right. Coming up on our hour, I'll just run through. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Yes, Shannon Doherty was in Mallrats Cindy night. Shannon Doherty is the reason Mallrats got made. They were not going to greenlight that movie without a traditional Hollywood name. Ben Affleck was not yet a name. Kevin Smith was not yet a name. Jeremy London was just getting started. So they needed a name attached to it. And when Shannon Doherty agreed to be in it, that greenlit the movie. So Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. Join us for Gen X era trivia. We will do that. Also, look for me again where I'm traveling November 7th through 9th. I'll be in Providence, Rhode Island for the Rhode Island Comic Con. November 21st through 23rd, I'll be in Greenville, South Carolina for the Retro Toy Convention. That's it for right now on the books. December, probably not a good travel month. Jason Lee was just a pro skateboarder. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly right. How am I doing my workout program? My buddy and I that were supposed to launch that, he ended up having other things that popped up. So we're looking for a hard launch in December, which in Charlotte is still okay. It'll just be a little cooler, which might make working out easier. I'm sorry, did I say December? I meant November. So keep watching for that. It will come out, Harry. Thank you for reminding me. Gleam the Cube. Love it. All right, guys. Trivia night, Tuesday nights on YouTube, 7 p.m. Fancy Pants. You can watch for it there. If you happen to be anywhere near Charlotte, you can come watch me live. Indian Land, South Carolina, the Hickory Tavern, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, guys. Sending lots of love. Be good, y'all. Talk to you soon.